Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Handmade by Ying with Donna. Today is July the 14th, 2023, and it's 9 o'clock instead of 10 o'clock p.m. Tonight, Becca's out of town, so I'm going ahead and moving to get on a little bit earlier since I've got a lot to do tonight, so I won't be keeping everyone too late. But I wanted to first and foremost welcome everyone to the chat tonight. So with all of that being said, I'll have Joe scroll to the top because my mouse is dead over here. That way I can give you a little welcome in. So Zandra, hello. Hello. Hi, Donna and all quilters. Dahlia, hi, Zandra. Quilting Queen, good evening, everyone. Jacqueline, hello. Shelly, Joe, the tech guy, he blasted me off 5 minutes early and I was filling my acorn pen. Hold on, he's trying to fix my mouse for me. There you go. Now I can see. So let me see. Living Greenland. Hello, everyone. Hi, Katie. And thanks for spending some time with us today. Teresa, hello, all. Dahlia, no worries, Joe. Guess Donna will go live 5 minutes early. Yep, you caught me filling my acorn pen. Jacqueline. Guess who, Nancy? Hi, all. Debt-free quilter. Hey, girl. You should be resting. Congratulations on that precious bundle, Oliver. I can't wait to see him up close and personal. Amy Dement, hi from Austin, Texas. Dahlia, hey. Melody, hello. Donna, Joe, and everyone. Mama Harden, hello. How is everything? Everything's going good on my end. Joe's got a little bit of a toothache, so we're going to take next Monday off. He's getting a tooth pulled. So we'll be out of town for that, and he'll spend a couple days eating soft food and eating a lot of ice cream, I'm sure. Mama Harden is telling everyone hello. Doing good, Dahlia. Let me see. I'm just skimming. Amy Dement's telling everyone hello. Hey, Katie. Debt-free quilter. Hey, Joe. The debt-free new mama quilter, he said. Sandra, Heather's little man is so cute. Yes, he is. Congratulations on your new son. I am so stoked for you. Diane Constance, good evening from Massachusetts and welcome. So I'm going to shut the handy dandy little mouse off. I am resting. That's good. So this has been a fun time, I'm sure, for all of us. I don't have Teresa Louise with me. She's dealing with Brandon, and she'll probably slip into the chat when she sees that I am up and live. So keep Brandon in your prayers. Susan and her husband are both very, very ill, so please cover them in prayers today and the days ahead while they're recovering and getting better and regaining strength. I hope Joe's feeling better. Me too. Carol Hyall from Pennsylvania. Welcome, sweetheart. So let me see. So far we have done week 1, week 2, week 3, and this week was our week 4. And to be honest, I was under the weather with a cat allergy on Monday, so I had to cancel. The cat tried to do me in. She got too close. So I'll have Joe show the camera on the table for just a minute. So this is your week 1 that we've done already. And as you can see, I'm not really liking this yellow here, but it's called for it. So I'm just right now, I'm going to leave it in and see how I like it once we get everything pieced in together. This was our week 2. As you can see, I always write the weeks on the back. And this side didn't have any yellow, but week 1 did. So we'll just have to wait and see. And week 1 is just a smidge bigger. Susie Gabbard, hello, sweetheart. And then this is our week 3. Now this is the whole, as you can see, the head of it. It's got the ears and the top of the forehead area, basically. So I'll set this aside and out of my way for just a few moments, and I'll show you here on the table where we're at for tonight. This is what I've spent all day catching up and working on. So this is your parts that we're going to marry together and get these babies in and lined up. And I'm going to definitely have to shave off just a smidge so I can get that top piece lined up. I'm getting used to a new machine, and my 1/4 inches, this was sewed on 2 different machines. So I've got to straighten it up a little bit, and then it'll all come together, I'm sure. I'm just guessing that's what I'm going to have to do, so we'll have to wait and see. The nose is here, the eyes. If I had realized, I would have put a little twinkle in the eyes. But I am going to be doing this pattern again. And when I do, I'll definitely put the twinkle in the eyes now that I'm sure of what we've got going on. Everything, pay a lot of attention as you're hooking all of your pieces together, and you'll get that real nice layout, as you can see from the pattern, the way it's supposed to be. That face looks so beautiful. We'll see how it looks when we get it all in. Hey, Janine, and welcome. Amy Dement. I have a couple of pugs recovering from space surgery, and I'm not sure how long I can hang, but I'm glad to finally be able to join the live stream again. Amy, I get it. Totally get it. So I'm going to flip these back over, belly down, so that I get all my pieces in the right spots. So the way that I do mine is I always lay them belly down. I look at the pattern to make sure which section needs to go where. And from the looks of it, I'm working in this section right now, and I've already got this built. So now I've got to put 27. I want to make sure I'm getting these in right. So give me just a second. I want to make sure that every piece is in the way it's supposed to be. So I have to take my mind off of the chat for just a minute. 42, 31, 27, 27. Let me slide them this way. I picked them up and I moved them, so I had them backwards. So according to the pattern, I'm going to come down my list over here, and it's in this top section, the way that you're going to marry these together. So I'm going to take, I have all of these together. So now what I'm going to do is just gently flip them over, and I'm going to make sure that I stick my pin in it. So you go to your little corner up here and stick your pin in that little black line right there. And then you're going to come over here and you're going to make sure that you do the exact same thing. As you're doing your patterns, make sure that you pin all the way down along your sew line. Once you get it pinned in place, I like to use really sharp pins, and then I'll clip, because you don't want it to wiggle around at all when you're getting this piece in. And we'll see how close I got when we get this baby in. So let me get my machine turned on. I'll look at the chat real quick. Let me see. Hi, let me see. Amy, okay. Hi, Donna. That face looks so beautiful. Thank you, sweetheart. Glad you're here, Amy. Let me see. So pretty. Death-free quilter. Hey, Janine. Living Greenland. Hi, Susie. Talk to you. Love talking to you today. Isn't she a doll, baby? Hey, Katie. It was my pleasure, my dear. So happy you joined us. Absolutely. My cat had emergency surgery late Sunday night, and it's been a long week. Oh, Lord. We'll be praying for your cat. That's for sure. So, like I said, I'm getting used to the new machine, and it's definitely a little tiny bit of a learning curve. My 1/4 inch I'm learning was not always a 1/4 inch. So we'll get this baby sewed in. Make sure you're staying on your solid black line. Just go slow and steady. You're not in a race at all. I already pressed down everything using my acorn pin. And it's really important, for me anyway, that we do the acorn pin. Make sure that if you've been sewing other projects throughout the day, you drop your stitch length back down. So we'll open it up and make sure that I'm lined up, and so far it looks good. So I'll trim off my extra threads. I've had my scissors hiding all day, all over everything. Let me see. Sorry, it's hard. Let me see. Hope your kitty's okay, Susie Gabbard. On the Juki, it's usually a scant 1/4 inch. You need to get the 1/4 inch for that machine. Absolutely. I'm learning. And you and I'll be talking when you're feeling a little bit better. So just go ahead and fold down. Give it a good little wiggle here. You can easily tear it if you're having any issues. Just go really close to the seam. You can dampen the seam also with water, and that'll pull this paper off a lot easier as well. And I like to really get in there and get all of the little papers out. It makes it a lot easier. Let me move this out of the way. So we're going to press it open. So just finger press it down so you can get a good hold on it. And go really slow and just press it in. Then I'll go back with the acorn pen because I like everything to lay flat when I'm piecing any of my FPPs. It just works really nice. Not that anybody's ever going to see the back of it once it's quilted, but it just lays nicer. And then when I'm hanging it up, everything's lined up really nice. Heck, lucky I can get 1/4 inch, much less the scant. With my corporal tunnel, the tool of tweezers are so helpful. I've got tweezers, and right now I don't have my nails on, so I can really get in there and pick it out. But if I had issues, I would definitely be using the tweezers. So now we're going to lay it back down. So we've got this side in. We're going to take this one now, and we're just going to flip it and wiggle it just a smidge. I like the really sharp pins when we're getting these in. It really comes in handy, and you don't have a lot to work with. You can just sit here and jab until you get it right in the right spot for you. And make sure you don't stick yourself because they are quite sharp. And I like to clip in a couple different places along the way. Make sure that when you look, you're under both sides. Now that I'm joining this section, I will back tack it in. So as soon as I get it going, I'll back tack it just a little bit because I don't want it to come apart at all at the junctions. So just go slow and steady. And then I'm going to back tack it in here. I'm going to go ahead and snip that little tidbit off. Then we're going to open it up. Amy, you got to run. I'll have to catch the replay. This is fascinating. Get some rest, sweetheart. So just pull your paper. At first, I wasn't sure about doing this colorful cheetah, but now that it's coming along, I'm really liking it. I'm not sure I'll ever be able to let this one go. Make sure you dig up in here and get all of this paper out of the way. I'll have to get Joe to hang my scrap bag up for me. Do you use the foot pedal or the knee lift? I do both. This machine, it's an industrial Juki, and I use the foot pedal and I use the knee lift to lift the foot. And it's a learning curve, but I'm learning it. So I just heat up my seam, get it to lay as flat as I can, and then continue to use the acorn pen. If you don't have one or you don't know what it is, check them out. They come in quite handy, and really, they're a blessing. And I believe it's starting to look like a pretty face. Let me see how I can turn this, that you're going to be able to see what I'm seeing. Let me do it this way. Isn't that looking pretty sweet, isn't it? I guess I need to just jump in and give it a try. Teresa, I tell you what, it's fun. So now the directions tell me we're going to be joining this right here. And as you can see, I'm going to have a little bit of trim in here, but I want to double check my directions. And make sure that I've got everything in just the way it needs to go. So we're going to marry this row right here. So we're just going to flip it straight down. Make sure that you're centered, because you want everything to line up. I have a little tiny thread there that went in the way. So just as I'm getting it pinned in, I'm going to be checking all the way along the sides. And then I'm going to stick a pin in it and see how my corners line up. Then I can wiggle it and maneuver it to wherever I need it to be. So I've got that. And we're going to get it in. And from the looks of it, it's exactly where it needs to be on this one. So we'll come down on this end and do the same thing. I don't have one of the tiny pins, so I'm just going to stick a pin straight through. That way I've got it lined up right where it needs to hit. I'll flip it over, make sure everything's laying flat, because you're working with a big seam here. You want to make sure that everything is lining up. I need my thinner needle. Makes me happier. Thanks for bearing with me a second. Right there's where the puppy should be. Okay. So let's get this little bundle of joy piece together. So knee lift up, back tack it in. And remember, stay true to your line and go slow. I did drop my stitch length down to about 1.4, 1.5. I love the Dritz glass pins. Absolutely. They're the sharpest I've ever seen. Though, like I said, I knew I was going to be a little bit off on the one side, but I'm lined up here and I'm lined up all the way across. So I'm pretty content with that. So now I'm just going to pick this out. And then before I add in the other side, I'll snip that off so that my sides do line up. Take your time and pick your paper. Sweet is an understatement. It's mind-blowing. Let me see. Oh, he is taking, absolutely. I'm really liking the way that this is looking. I liked it when Mary was at a show and she showed me the picture. And I really fell in love with it then. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure about all the color. I'm not sure how I'm really going to like it. Well, now I'm glad I got it. Hopefully a good night's sleep and feel much better in the AM. Your energy will come back, sweetheart. I'm just glad that you're getting some rest. When one of us is sick, we all worry. So I'm just going to snip there. Take all of my paper off my table so it doesn't end up on the floor for the puppy. Then I'm just going to pull it up down like this, and now we're going to press it out. And next time you see me working on it, I'm sure I'll have the ironing board out, because it's space is of a premium, and you need a little bit of space when you're working with it into the bigger sections. I can see doing that. Probably. Absolutely, Katie. And not every little seam will lay as flat as you would like it. The goal is to just try. You can't force them. I've learned that a long time ago. Just apply the heat, and if it stays, you're good. And if not, it's okay. Just let it fall to the side where it needs to. Otherwise, you'll drive yourself silly. Just going to finger press and give it a shot and see if it'll lay. And give it some heat. I'm going to do the horse, PP, and petite. And I think I'm going to make it very colorful. That'll be cool. Do whatever works for you. And let that heat that seam up while I'm getting this nice and wet. No paper for puppies. Heather, you kill me. Yep, stealing Buttercup's fun. Absolutely. We can't have that. Buttercup would be miserable if she couldn't have paper, right? So I'm going to slip off the camera for just a second and straighten this line, and then I'll be right back. It's just enough it's going to bother me if I don't. And it doesn't need to be perfect, just needs to be straighter than what it is. So I'll check the other side. And it's going to be buried in the seam allowance, but I still want it to be right. Buttercup, you can't sit there right now, baby. So now we're really starting to take shape. Let me get that off there. So now I'm going to flip it back over, pull the paper, and see which one we're going to do. Make sure that we're getting the right sides on the right parts. So right now I'm just laying it in for just a second. I need week 1 on this side. So we're going to do it just like we have everywhere else. Week 1 is going here per the directions. So I'm going to take 42 and join it in to all 3 of these sections. So I'm just going to slightly flip it. And if you join these now, it makes it a little bit simpler in the end. So I'll get it as flat as I can. And then I'll do my pin up here. It's easier to work with it with a little piece moving than all of it. So now I've got my pin in. So now I can wiggle all of this goodness around. But I had another pin. And then you're always going to want to double check at the end to make sure that you're lined up. Just going to stick a pin through, and that is lined up. So let me move this out of the way, turn the machine back on, and we'll get this one in. And I'll still do the same thing here, back tack it in because I know it's going to lock it nice and stiff. And the paper is quite wiggly when you start building your pieces a little bit bigger. So just make sure you're pinning and you're clipping. Do what, babe? Oh, he's telling me to watch my fingers. I'm just watching the line. Let's see. Oh, dang, Susie. You said dibs first. Let me see what they're talking about. I want your cheetah, Donna. Want to swap? I haven't even saw yours yet, baby girl. You never know. We'll have to see how they both turn out. Then you do the same. Just pick your seam. This one's going to take a hot minute when we get down into here. So I pre-picked some of these before I stitched it in to save a little bit of time. Becca isn't on. Oh, yeah. Wait a minute. Trying to see. Cord, yes. I'm about ready to clunk my iron out the window. I don't have to worry about that. Buttercup seems to always tell me when I need a new iron. She calls dibs. And she eats the cord. Or she'll move it out of my way and unplug my stuff. Have you started sewing it yet, Susie? I think she's piecing at this point, like the rest of us. Oh, LOL. Well, her loss. I mean, yeah, exactly. Come all the way down here. And at this point, honestly, I know what my parts are. Once I get all of this pieced in, what I will do is take all of my paper out because I know how to line up. You don't have to. It's just going to make it easier when I'm ready to join the next sections and in the end. So it's just something to think about whenever you feel you're ready to take your paper out. You'll have a lot of extra strings, so you want to make sure that you trim all of those strings out of your way. Wanted to make sure that was lined up before I really secured it in here. This one, I'm just going to go ahead and let that seam lay to the left because that's where it's looking like it wants to lay, and I'm okay with that. And I did not put the acorn juice on that with it laying already automatically off to the left. I don't need to fool with it. So what do you think so far? Isn't it looking cute? I told Delia earlier, I said, I can't wait to show everybody tonight because at first I was like, I'm just not sure. Now I'm loving it. So I'm going to get up in this corner, wiggle my paper exactly up to where it needs to be. Remember, it shifted a little bit right here where the paper is. I'm going to bring this end down. Just hold it in place, and then you're going to put a clip in it while you're trying to pin, just so it doesn't shift on you. So I'll just stick one here, and then I'll get my pin. And by this point, a lot of your paper is already starting to tear off from all the pulling of it and everything. But that's okay, because right now I'd be getting ready to pull it off anyway. So I'm going to wiggle it in. Then I'll check up here to make sure that I'm exactly where I need to be. As you can see, my paper tore here, so you want to line it up. Bring this one up to where it needs to be, and then pin it to make sure. You're going to have that little corner, and that's normal. Okay. The mister needs to put more pain meds on his tooth, so he'll be back in a minute. So I'm just going to pin that right like that until I can get it under the machine. So we've got it lined up. Backpack it in. All of the heavier pieces, I just automatically have gotten in the habit of just back tacking them in. That way they're staying when I do the larger sections. And anyone making these, give me your ideas on how you're going to quilt it. I think it's fun to share ideas. Back tack here at the end as well. And guess who just there said, my lovely machine. So let me see what's going on here. Sometimes this new machine and I are learning together. Let me see. Thank you. I need to get your pattern mailed to you. Got something going on here with my bobbin, so hang tight, guys. So how are you liking it so far? It's so gorgeous. The purple wall, wow, that's really coming together. Hey, honey. Haven't saw you in a bit. Welcome. Yeah, every once in a while, your bobbin will give you a fit. So you just pull a little thread off and give it a go again. So we'll get it in here. Click. And then we'll see how that goes this go round. Sorry for the delay. Do what, baby? I can't hear a word you're saying, honey. I've got to repin because I don't want it jacked up. So it's going to be like Groundhog's Day. We're going to do it all over again right here. Let me see if I can get this in this time. Thanks for bearing with me. And just remember, slow and steady, you'll get it in. And you really need to focus on staying on your black line. Yeah, and within that time. Let me see. Karen, hi, honey. Welcome. I'm getting all these strings out of my way because they'll drive me batty. We're going to flip it over, make sure everything lined up exactly as it should have. Not happy right here, so I'm going to go back and get this in a little bit better right here. And those things do happen. So you just pull your fabric just a smidge tighter and see. And that's going to give me a wrinkle. So I'm going to pick it out real quick right here and get it in just a little tighter. When your paper shifts, even when you have it pinned, it's better to fix it now. Get all of these right there. Over on its line, and we'll have it in. You see Night Owl 66. Is anybody online that is doing the vortex? I am doing the vortex as well. What can I help you with? Donna did the vortex. Yes, I have standalone videos that are up with the vortex. Plus, I'm redoing it again in all shades of blue. You can check out Donna's video on vortex. So just do like you have every one of them. You're just going to keep pulling that paper out of that seam. And honestly, over the next couple days, in between all of my other projects, I'll be picking all of this paper out, so it'll save me time in the end. Night Owl, is there something I can help you with? It's not, wait a minute, it's not for help. I would like to know what the next colors are for next month. Did you order the kit, or are you doing it alone, like a standalone video? Like I don't know if you're getting it sent monthly by Legit, because the colors have so many different names. Brenda, Donna, that is beautiful. Thank you. As soon as I get this pressed flat, since this is off just a little bit at the bottom, I'm going to go ahead and shave that little tiny bit off, because when I join all my sections, I want everything to be lined up. So it's better to do it now. So give me just a second and I'll be right back with you. So anytime I'm doing FPP, if my papers are just a little bit askew right here, I will go ahead, like right here, this is going to be caught in the seam allowance of the next piece when we join them. And when I'm talking about taking paper out, all of this paper I'll leave in like little landing marks, but all of the inside where it's going to take me a long time, I will go ahead and take all of this paper out that's on the back side. The question is, did you get the kit, or are you kitting it out as you go? Absolutely, that's what I'm trying to find out. So you should be on month 4. So I'm making sure that I understand the question. So what do you think? Let me turn it around so you can get the cutie pie. Really liking it. And this is the one piece I wasn't sure about. To me, it should have honestly been like this sage green, but the pattern called for it to be that. So I'm like, oh. So we'll leave it in there. It's called Banana. How is Shady Susan? I messaged back and forth with her a little bit today. She and her husband are still sick. And just keep them in your prayers while they're healing up and getting better. So I can tell you this one's done. And I was hoping Teresa Louise would hop on. If my Sew It Seams girls, somebody tagged Teresa Louise. I got a box opening from Teresa Louise I'd like to do while I'm live tonight. Then I want to show a couple projects that I am working on. This one now, for all intents purposes, I'm finally caught up. Donna, you had a butterfly block on your wall that was paper pieced. Where'd you get that from? Hold on, Karen, I'm looking. Butterfly block. That was on my design wall. Hold on 1 second and I'll have a look-see. I haven't taken... I'm having a look. If it was butterfly or the hummingbirds, these came from Yvette. I was learning FPP from her. So I have these that I was learning. So if there was a butterfly, I'm sure it was from her. So you'll have to go over to Piecing It Real with Yvette Renee and get that. Because if it was up here, it's already in a quilt now. If you're not seeing it. Welcome at the quilting compound. Hey, girl. Welcome. So let me get this up here so it'll entice me to work on the next week. I'm sorry, not month. Tomorrow when I'm going to be doing a live tomorrow if I get a chance with my Sew It Seams girls, and we'll all be working on different projects along the way. I can finally say I'm caught up on my pressed flowers. I'll have my husband show the table really quick. And I'm telling you what, these Sew Sampler boxes, they give you so many good ideas. Donna, you could stop right there and make it a pillow. Nope. I'm really digging it. I'm telling you. I'm going to go full on and do the whole thing. I agree, Heather. I wasn't going to, but now I'm going to go back and redo it in the full natural colors. I purchased a butterfly pattern from Shabby Fabrics. I didn't understand the directions. Karen, if you could take a picture of the directions and email it to me, I can see if I can help you. I don't know for sure, but it's just an offer. I'm not a pro. I'm just learning my way too. But doesn't that look really pretty? And I like how I got the fussy cutting. I'm learning that one and made this. So this is month 1. Let me get this put in. And I'm really liking this fabric. And then this is month 2. Where can I email? Joe, can you drop my email in? My husband's going to drop the email address in. It's Donna at handmadebying.com, but he'll get that in there for you and just copy and paste it and save it. And I'll see if I can help you. But this is the next one. This is month 2. And I had a help at our quilting retreats by Tucker Nace. He was there, and I got quite busy, so he went ahead and sewed this one up for me. Then I did this one today, And I'm telling you right now, these darks, I'm going to shift a little bit and really start using up the dark fabrics. I'm telling you, the pansy, I really like it. I could do a whole quilt in this one. I'm loving it. So I've got that one down, and that's 3 out of, I don't know how many. I don't know if they're doing it once a month. I'll have to look, see. But that, I've got those 3 done. I don't want to do that box opening without Teresa Louise because that's from her and she is not here. We are currently, Joe, if you want to bring it back up to me for a second. Thank you, sweetheart. So we are currently working on dresses for Project Dress-A-Girl. If you're interested in that, we do use McCall 5797 pattern. If anyone needs help with that, feel free to reach out. I have no problem helping you. Our dresses are going to be going to Gaithersburg, Maryland. And it's just fabulous. Our Sew It Seems group has came together, and so far as of today, we have 50 total done and more coming in. And it's just going to be a ton of fun to see how many. I committed to doing 75 with our group, so we're going to get there. And 10 more come in yesterday, and I did measurements and markings and things and added those to the box. But I'm telling you what, this Project Dress-A-Girl's taken a life of its own with our quilting community, and we're so thankful and blessed that all of our friends are joining in and sewing too. I'm making dresses for you while I'm at retreat. Awesome, Shelly, and thank you. That's how we all appreciate it. I've had people mail me fabric, and we've cut that up into the dresses. I've had them mail me bias tape. They've been so generous in the quilting community, and everything that has came in, with the exception of some bias tape, I took to retreat, and I think they sent me in like almost 200 pieces of bias tape in the packs, and we've probably got about 100 left, and I'm being generous probably. I'm going to be cutting dresses out tomorrow. My cohort, Delia, is going to be with me, and we're going to be really streamlining, working on Project Dress-A-Girl. I've got my whole cutting area set up and ready to roll. So my goal tomorrow is I'll press the fabric out tonight, and we're going to steamroll and see how many more dresses we can get made. And then when that's done, I'll do my box opening, and I've got a couple other projects. I really want to do this mystery, but I've got to, I can show it to you. It's Fat Quarter Shop, the Mystery Evergreen. If you're not doing it, you need to check it out. It's a free sew along, and it's going to be a blast from the looks of it. I think it runs 4 or 5 weeks. Delia, you'll have to let me know if I got that right. Let me see. I'm on 9 of 12. Thank you, Shelly. And I'm adding like a list with the dresses, and I'm tagging them with these little, not that it really matters. I have little white tabs that I'm sticking on with the size of the dress and who made it, or if the fabric was donated. The fabric was donated by, I'm going to use as an example, fabric donated by Delia Castro Short, bias tape donated by whomever, dress was completed by. That way they're going to have all the information. I'm doing it. Awesome. So let me see. I want to make sure I haven't missed anything. So if you need something to do tomorrow, feel free to come watch us while we're live. I do have probably about 50 more labels left, and my goal is to this year. I have 10 dresses all done. Awesome. It runs for 5 weeks. Yep, sizes are on them. That's fabulous. I was putting the blue painter's tape on them, and as they're stored, it's peeling up. So now I'm just using one of these little tiny pins, and I'll be down there when I pass these dresses over, and we're going to do the count. I'll be the one doing that with her. I can't hear you. Hold on. I'm looking at going live, say about 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. And that's my goal. And we'll go for as long as the girls want to. I don't believe anybody's live in the morning, So we'll just get on and work our day away. So if you're interested, just come watch us or send me a message and we'll bring you on the channel. It's just going to be a work day, sew day, hang day, and catch up day per se. So let me see. I was really, really wanting to get into this box. Teresa Louise might be napping. But I'll get to open it tomorrow. It's one of those ones you want to shake. She's got something good in for Mr. Joe. Great job at Shelley Court. God bless you. Absolutely. It takes a village to help with all of these kids. And I'm just awesome. I'm overwhelmed with the generosity of all of our subscribers. You loaders are awesome. Thank you, Brenda. Thank you so much, sweetheart. So I have a couple options. I can just get to sewing on some more of the cheetah and get myself ahead just a little bit. Or I can tell you what our assignment is for next week. So let me do that. But now I'm looking at that cheetah and I'm like really loving it. I'm telling you. It's looking like it. So let's see what I've got marked up. I planned on slow tracking this. So it looks to me like I'm going really slow here. We're going to be doing week 5, and it's only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pieces. So this will be an easy week. I'm hoping this was the worst of it right here. You are very talented, and everything you make is beautiful. Thank you, Matt. So, like I said, we've got the head. To me, that was the hardest part, I believe. So now that I've got the head done, we're going to be working on this back quarter where the tail is. Great, Donna. I will join and see how many dresses we can get done. Absolutely. I've got stacks of fabric that ladies gave me at Quilt Retreat, and we're just going to roll it and get it done. So tomorrow's the day we'll be working on many, many projects. If time allows, I'll go ahead and work on the cheetah as well, but I won't piece off until we're together. So let me see here. Let me get this out the way. I like to keep everything. But isn't that going to look pretty? You think it looks pretty now. Wait until I do it in this brown. And I'm anxious to see all of my friends all over the quilting community how stinking cute this is going to look. I have some that's doing it in the boutiques. Can you imagine? And then I've got one lady that emailed me. She's doing it in like little shades of like light blues and dark blues because that's her favorite. But I looked up different ways to quilt the cheetah. And I'm not kidding. It's going to be so off the hook amazing. If you guys can email me your thoughts on how this cheetah can be done. I think it's going to be really cute how it turns out. It's going to be a blast. Thank you. Excited to be here. Awesome. I want to make that cheetah in rainbow colors. I tell you what, at first I loved it when I saw it from a distance, and then I got intimidated per se at the way the charting system on it. But once it clicked, I was like, I'm steamrolling that baby. It's easy. And Delia will be dancing for us as she sews. Yep. We're going to have Susie singing, Delia dancing. Thank you, Brenda. He is really cute. I'm really liking him. I think he's turning out right cute. Looking at something really, really quick. So let me see. What else have I got to tell you? We're doing Project Dress a Girl Dresses. Our Sew It Seems group is on month 3 of our specialty blocks for our 2 colors for our Quilts of Valor. We're going to be drawing tomorrow, month 4, and that'll be for our August. So the blocks are slowly coming in for everyone. Everyone gets an opportunity to not just make the blocks, but we're going to be quilting the blocks as well. The quilts. So it's going to be a blast to see. And we'll be showing those on the channel as well from time to time as one quilt gets done, whoever the quilter is. The first quilt, I believe, was Tucker Nace. The second quilt is Janine. I have the third quilt. So we'll have to just, as they're going out and we're mailing the blocks to each person, it's going to be a blast. Yeah, I've also got my, which one is it? The Vortex. The Vortex comes out every Monday morning. Joe said, so make sure I remind you that you go, I'll burn calories when I sing. Oh, Susie. I have a road trip tomorrow morning with the bestie. So you and your local quilt shops, if you can find me some really, really pretty reds, I'm just saying, that looks like flames. I meant to get this stuff when I was in Lancaster and didn't get the opportunity. Yeah, it's so pretty, but I struggle with the small pieces. Shelly, I'm telling you what, at first I thought, I'm not sure, but with doing the legit kits, I've really become really comfortable with all, the smaller the better. I like the challenge. If you're local in the Cumberland, Maryland area, our local fair is in town. It kicked off officially tonight, and it's Allegheny Ag Expo is what it's called. And as of Sunday, I'll have 3 quilts there, a rope bowl there, and my granddaughter will have a painted rock there that we're going to be showing. So that'll be kind of cool. And it's just kind of like I'll have, let me see, I'll have the car there, the muscle. We'll have the Bargello and the Vortex. And there's one other one. I think I signed up for 4 to be entered. I am getting just the pattern, but ordered the colors as it says to order. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can't give you the information that you're looking for, Night Owl, and I humbly apologize. If you look at my videos as they're rolling out, they'll tell you the colors because I label the colors. I do not have my Vortex paperwork because I did that Vortex in just a couple days for the rollout of that pattern. Regarding directions of paper piecing butterfly. Okay, let me see. Karen, if you're available tomorrow, I'm going to look at that email. And as soon as I get off here, is it okay? I emailed over the weekend. I had a few biopsies done and need to go lay down. Yes, Karen. Yes, you lay down. And honestly, if you don't get to it over the weekend, that's okay. I'm going to be here. Flaming red fabric. I'll keep an eye open. Yeah, you know which pattern that's for, right? Okay, my girlfriend's in the house. So, been waiting with bated breath all day. I shook it. The man threw it. Let's see if everything survived. Let me see. Remember to hit the thumbs up button and ring the bell for notifications for when Donna goes live. Thank you. Thank you. So let me get this back up. I've got my hand over it. Hubby's telling me to keep my hand over the address. So I've got my hands over it. I could open it. Sorry, was cooking dinner. What are you making us, girl? So this is a special package. Mr. Joe is going to be having dental surgery, but we didn't know that when this package was sent from the Midwest. So with that being said, it's going to be a lot of fun to see him try to restrain from this just for a little bit. And he's going to be saying, what? So I'm trying to keep that address hid. Okay, now I got it down. I'm not worried about mine. Everybody knows my address. So let's have a look. I know it's in here. So I'll have to call him over once I dig for it. She says it's buried deep and it's wrapped separate. Okay, Joseph, this is for you. You gotta let him see you get it. Let him see you get it.
Oh my God.
Huckleberry jam.
Leaky huckleberry.
Wash your hands.
Oh my God.
Isn't that delightful? Don't worry about my address. Okay, I wanted to make sure. So look at all of this goodness. Is that not pretty? Teresa Louise, he's licking his fingers. You know, I knew it was going to happen. Don't worry about my address. Show the address and everyone can send her fabric. She can tell you her address. I'm not. Yay. Project Dress a Girl. Right here, baby. Teresa Louise, you're amazing. And this is going right above my long arm to always remind me of Teresa Louise. Is this not adorable? Isn't that cute? Yeah. Thank you, Teresa Louise. When she got this, I was like, ooh, I love this. Now you can see it better. And if anybody doesn't know, I love, love, love scrap fabric. And I will take anybody's scrap fabric and turn it into beautiful quilts for donations. And look at all this. Is this not a ton of goodness? I'll make scrappy blocks. I'll do all kinds of fun stuff. Love, love, love. Let me just open this goodness up. Is this not adorable? Look at this. And when you're doing this, you wonder what kind of pretty quilt was made with this, or was this for one of those Project Dress a Girl dresses? And let me see, was this a backing for a quilt? And then you just get your mind to going, and you're looking at it, and here's a little nest with all of the goodness. Yeah, I get lost. I could make up the best tale and think about all of the fun that Teresa Louise had with these. And she's got tons of blocks. And you know I'm going to be using these into after quilts. Yeah, buddy. I do a lot of quilts. And Teresa Louise, thank you so much for blessing us with these. And they will go into many quilts, as you know. And let me look down here. I'm just loving it. Love, love, love it. Yeah, I'll be playing with this tonight. Yeah, Joe's over here chuckling because he knows I get excited with scraps. You think Brenda over at Mount Scrapmore gets excited? I'm telling you, I'm like a kid in a candy store. You send me any kind of scrap and I'm just like, ooh, I get excited with all of the endless possibilities. So, yeah. I love salvages. I make blocks with those. And then they're going to turn into a quilt. Let me see. I've got Brooklyn here. Let me see. I'm saying hello. You're great at what you do and you inspire me so much for my future. I know you and I love you with all of my heart. You make my heart sing. Thank you, sweetheart. And welcome. It's good to see you in the chat. And anytime that you want some hands-on work and all you got to do is give me a call and I'll put you to work and teach you how to cut fabric and press fabric. And, you know, you could be my little sewing buddy. It's Maddie. Mr. Joe's over here going, is that who I think it is? And I said, yeah. It's my bonus granddaughter. I'm lucky. Totally lucky she likes to come in. And the Matt you saw was her dad. I love to see him come in. I just got another box started for you too. Yay! Mr. Joe, Hey, Brooklyn. Read the salvages in the baggie. Okay, hold on. Let me pull them out. Now that he knows who it is, he's going, Now he's going to pick on her. Okay, I've got my salvages in the baggie. Country Life. Is that not darling? Teresa Louise, I love you. Farm Fresh. Love it. Love, love, love it. Daisy May. Love that. Let me see. Oh, butterflies. Anybody that knows me, lighthouses and butterflies in the color blue. I'll be your best friend forever. Country Roads, a collection of lovely goods. Poppy cotton. That's pretty. And let me see this one. Teresa Louise, I'm going to cry. Best friends forever in my heart. I love you, girlfriend. She is my bonus sister. I claim all of my sew seams girls. Teresa Louise is like, I can tell her anything. I love that we're a tight-knit community. Okay, y'all, I'm headed to bed. Chat with y'all tomorrow. Absolutely, Heather. Get some rest. You're going to need it when you get home to them babies. With your new baby. Oh, she made me cry. Hey, Brooklyn, did you get to see my cheetah? You have to let me know. I'll pull it back down so you can see it. Teresa Louise, I don't think you got to see it either. Cooking dinner, I'm telling you, you missed all the goodness. About to rip his face off. Okay, you ready? Have Joe show you. Is it not stinking cute? That cheetah's awesome. Hey, Heather. Here it is. Brooklyn. Brooklyn's in the house. For those that don't know, that's my bonus granddaughter. And Heather is her mama, and Mr. Matt is her dad. So I'm waiting to see what Brooklyn says. It turn out really cute. Teresa Louise, we're going to have to do this you're going to have to show me how to do this in batiks with all the shades of brown. I think that's going to look like off the hook amazing. Yeah. He makes me smile. Yeah. Purdy kitty. Hello, everyone. Yep. I love it. That's what I was hoping you would say. Those eyes on the cheetah are killer. I'm telling you what, the only thing I wish I would have done was use those little twinkling stars. But I didn't think of it in time when I was just doing the piecing. Yeah. But I think it turned out really cool. Hey there, Dahlia. How are you? Kelly Cruz is asking. So, this is all the way up to week 4. We're getting ready to start week 5, and that's going to be the adorable tail. So it'll be quite boring on week 4, but don't give up, because next we tune into the body from the neck down. So it'll be fun. That is awesome and beautiful. Thank you. Brown batiks would be awesome. Absolutely. I love it. I'm telling you what, Teresa Louise, I need your help on the next one. I'll be going, okay, tell me which color goes where. It's very detailed. Absolutely. This one's taken a month to get this far. And we're going to take the whole summer and end up with this whole cheetah. Let me show you what it's going to look like. Let me go. I'll have him I'll have Mr. Joe push it down here. This is what it's going to look like. Right now, this is all we have right here. And then now we're going to get down into the body. But next week, I'll be working on the tail. And then we're going to start moving in here. And then the center will go really quick. But this is what it's going to look like if I was doing it in these colors. But no. Let me show you what it's going to look like really colorful. I don't know if you can get the full on view. Let me do it this way. See if I'm going to hold it up so she might be able to see it. Let me get it. There you go. That's what it's going to look like. Do you FPP? Yay, we FPP. Absolutely. I have some spotted brown batiks. She would look awesome. Absolutely, Teresa Louise. You're going to be in it with us. Donna, you can add stars in the eyes with fabric paint. Ideas. We'll be doing that tomorrow. We'll be coming up with really cool ideas. That's so awesome. I bet yours will be better, though. I love you. Gigi, I'm down with FPP. I love you, girls. Oh, my goodness. So let me get this. See, from back here, it looks like really cool. But can you imagine if I did it in all of the browns like it's supposed to be? Now I'm jonesing to start that tomorrow. Can you... I'm like a squirrel. I've got too many projects. I got to get this finished and that finished. And then Teresa Louise will be cracking the whip. Stay focused. Stay focused. But she didn't get to see the pretty blocks I did. Teresa Louise, I'll show you real quick. I did get my pressed flower done. See if she's still here. There you go. Does that not look pretty? And fussy cutting around the little birdies. She's probably still cooking supper. Jeline, she's the next on. I love you. Wait a minute. Here. Okay, I wanted to make sure before I open up the other one. There you go. That's number 2. I'm learning these flowers, I'm telling you. And thank you. And is that not pretty? Yeah. All of my favorite colors. But look how I took time and fussy cut. Is that not cute? I wish I'd have just like thought how the block was going to go, but I just made sure I fussy cutted the thing out. But you got the point. I got the bird in it. Absolutely. I am learning so much about this fussy cut and stuff, I'm telling you. Guess what? The layer chops quilt is with my long armor across the street. Awesome. Awesome. The quilting compound. I can't wait to see the final setting. That is going to be awesome. Adorable. Absolutely. Very pretty flowers. Fabric is gorgeous. Absolutely. Unlike everybody else, I love pretty fabric. I'm not going to lie. Brenda, it's very detailed. Absolutely. I was going to kind of take a time out from the FPP animals just for a little bit because you can get burned out from the lion to the tiger to the elephant to the cheetah to the next thing. But now I'm going to be doing, I forget, the giraffe and the cow yet. We've got nice choice of fabric. Thank you, Brooklyn. I'm going to have her over here sewing with me. I'll pay her. Yep. She's very artistic. I could turn her loose on my long arm and she could really create some magic. I'm feeling accomplished. I bet you are. That is going to be stellar. You're going to have to show it when you're done, when it's all done and back from the long armor. In this, Teresa Louise, I've got my play toy. I'm going to hang it right from my lights. Well, I'm not. Mr. Joe is. Who am I kidding? Mr. Joe does it all. So I think I've kept you a little bit over an hour tonight. I know I went a little bit earlier, but we've got all the way out on the West Coast. They'll get a break tonight, but I'm going to head into bed early. I've got my fabric to start yet for tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a long, long live. As long as he can handle getting me off and set up, he can go relax his little mouth. So you guys have a fabulous night. We're going to cut out of here and relax for a little bit. Take care. God bless. And thank each and every one of you for coming back for a Friday Night Live. We love you. Take care. God bless.